2/3 a person, rapings and beatings and suffering that worsen.
Hi, y'all. My name is Ayiana Baynes, and today I'll be talking about The Great Erasure, which is an article created by Charles M. Blow. In this article, Blow talks about the diminishing support of the Black Lives Matter movement as well as Black lives in general, and he uses the murals that were made after the George Floyd incident to center his story around. After reading this article, I believe his argument was very straightforward with how it was structured, who the audience was, and how the topic was delivered. The first thing I'll talk about is how he structured his argument in a way that is easily understood. The way Blow structures his argument is by introducing a claim, providing written and visual evidence, and then following it up with a conclusion. The written evidence he uses is work he and his team has done, as well as outside sources such as Sarah Lewis, while his visual evidence is the images of the murals then and now. This is also how he employs ethos and logos. He uses individuals who has the authority to gain the reader's trust while also providing data and sources as evidence to back his claims. The way that Blow structures his arguments helps the reader to better understand the claims. It is easy to follow along, but is also simultaneously effective in delivering his information. The next thing I want to talk about is his audience. Blow's intended audience for his article is clear. From my interpretation, Blow is focused on the white community. I came to this conclusion because of a few sentences that stood out to me. The quotes are as follows: designed to appease white liberals while ignoring our demands, it fueled the fears held by white supremacists that white people and white culture would eventually be superseded, and black support had remained high. It was the support among white people that fell. After reading this in the article, it led me to believe that he was aiming to educate and inform this community. Below's intended audience is clear as you go through the article because of how he garners his persuasion towards the white community. He uses sentences that sheds light on how that community's support of the Black Lives Matter movement, as well as Black lives in general, has fallen. The last thing I want to talk about is the visual aspect of his article. Blow's use of the Black Lives Matter murals adds logos and pathos to his argument. The before and after images of the murals represent the declining support for the BLM movement. The images show how they have faded away from not being tended to, as well as murals that have been purposely removed and defaced. These images help to provide a sentimental appeal towards the readers to shed light on the gravity of the situation, and it also provides evidence that supports his claims. Blow's use of the murals brings pathos and logos to his argument because they tug on the reader's heartstrings while also providing visual evidence that backs his argument. After my analysis, I believe Blow's argument was very straightforward with how it was structured, who the audience was, and how the topic was delivered. He clearly laid out his claims, evidence, and conclusions while simultaneously gearing his argument towards the white community. He used written and visual evidence to back his claims, even adding in individuals who have the authority to gain the reader's trust, and those visual aspects help to enhance the impact it has on the reader. That was my analysis of The Great Erasure by Charles M. Blow.
Black race is founded on 2/3 a person, rapings and beatings and suffering that worsens.